Hello everyone, wishing you the very best of the day. Welcoming you to the first session of our web development crash course. This session is meant for anyone who want to learn about the basic web designing and web development. And there is absolutely no prerequisite for this course. I'll be teaching as if you have never written a line of HTML code in your life. Before starting, I want to stress the fact that the course is meant for absolute beginners. For advanced learners, this might be a waste of your time. Let's jump into the course. Zero to Hero in Web Development for batch 1 of 100 students. The technologies that we will be learning in this course is HTML, Hypertext Markup Language. HTML is used to define the structure of web pages. CSS, Cascade Style Sheets. This CSS is used to provide styling to the HTML pages. Without CSS, the HTML will look like a plain Word document. Coming to our third technology, GitHub. GitHub is used to host our website for free. Currently, GitHub is owned by Microsoft Corporation. The title sponsor for this course is Live Long Wealth. Today's agenda for session 1, we will be learning 3 chapters. Chapter 1, a brief intro to the course. Chapter 2, installing the Sublime Environment. And Chapter 3, building your first web page. Coming to the Chapter 1, we will be having intro to HTML, tags, the best browser for development, the magic of web page requesters. Let's see the course prerequisites. Stop here and check for these requirements. And if you are not having these things, pause the video, get these things ready, then come back to the video. First, you need to have a personal computer or a laptop with Windows or Mac OS X or Linux operating system. It can be Ubuntu also, no issues in that. Then you need any modern web browser. The browser can be Chrome, Firefox or Safari. Then you need a pen and a notebook. The pen and notebook is very important. Without this pen and notebook, you will be forgetting whatever you are saying in this video after 10 or 15 minutes. So note down the most important points during the video. And fourth thing, you should have the quest for learning. Without that quest, you won't be able to advance yourself in the web development domain. And finally, most importantly, no coding skills are expected. And make sure that you have a good internet connection. And if possible and you have enough data, watch the videos in 720p itself. Because I am rendering this video in 720p. So you will be getting the best clarity in 720p only. About myself, I am Davis Benny, completed my MTech in software engineering. Currently, I am working as artificial intelligence software developer at Intel Corporation, Bangalore. You can contact me in this number. And subscribe to my YouTube channel as I am planning to upload more content regarding IT and web development. Let's jump into the course. Chapter 1, a brief intro to the course. First, we will be seeing our course roadmap. Then we will be moving to the intro to HTML. In third, we will be moving to tags. And fourth subsection, we will be choosing the best browser for development. And in section 5, we will be saying how the web page requesters work. Let's see the course roadmap. First chapter will be intro. The current session is of chapter 1. The next session will be of chapter 2 and 3, where we will be learning the essentials of HTML and CSS. Chapter 4 and 5, we will be working on the live projects. Chapter 6, we will be seeing how to host the website as well as domain registration. So let's see the introduction to HTML. HTML is a markup language used for creating web pages. You should know that HTML is not a programming language. It's not compiled, it's just a markup language. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Please note it down. hypertext markup language. HTML describes the structure of web pages. HTML defines the basic structure of the web pages. The additional styling for the HTML pages are done using CSS. If CSS is not used in a web page, then it will look like a bare-bone structure. That bare-bone structure is described using the HTML tags. The HTML elements are the building blocks of HTML pages. If you check any web page in the internet, let it be Facebook or Twitter or any popular, let it be even Google also, the building block of those web pages are HTML elements. The HTML elements are represented using tags. We'll have a good discussion about tags at the later stage of the video. And most importantly, you should remember this thing. The HTML document begins with an opening HTML tag and ends with a closing HTML tag. So let's have a sample. So every HTML page will be having the open HTML tag as well as the closing HTML tag. The visible part of the HTML document is between the body tag. So, say the body tag. If we type anything here, it will be visible to the website visitor. And if you type something here outside the body section, it won't be visible to the website visitor. You should note that point. The HTML page begins with the HTML tag and the visible part of the website starts from the body tag. Okay. Now let us move to the tags. HTML tags are the element names surrounded by angle brackets. The things within the angle brackets in HTML are known as tags. Here, this is a tag, opening tag, and this one is a closing tag. The HTML tags normally come in pairs like open paragraph, close paragraph. The first tag in the pair is known as start tag and the second tag in the pair is known as end tag. The end tag is written same like the start tag but with a forward slash. If you check this example, the opening tag, this is the opening tag. The closing tag is same as the opening tag but you are having an additional forward slash. This forward slash represents the closing tag. Now let us move to the section 1.4, selecting the best browser. From this chart, you can see that 66% of your potential users are using Chrome. As Chrome is having the largest browser market share, we should be giving greater priority while designing the web page for Chrome optimization. See, your UI should be ultra optimized for Chrome because around 2/3 of your potential visitors will be using Chrome as the browser. So while developing, you should ensure that the website works absolutely fine in Chrome. And if you are having a large pool of customers, you should ensure that your UI is optimized for Firefox browser as it is the best among the rest of the browsers. Moreover, there is a huge support for Mozilla among the open source community. Therefore, new standards will be implemented in Firefox and also Firefox is picking up in the market share. So you should focus on these two browsers while developing the software. While developing, you should focus on the Chrome and Firefox while designing your web page UI. Now we will see how the page request work. It's a bit tough, and if you are unable to understand it, it's fine. I'll keep a link for great explanation of it. Animation explanation. Then you will understand it in a much better way. And it's good if you understand how it works in real world. I'll give a rough idea about how it will work. When you type www.google.com in your browser, The browser sends the data to the DNS. DNS is the domain name server. This DNS is operated by Idea, Vodafone, Geo, all these network providers. This DNS is like a directory. The DNS gives the IP address of google.com, Google server. Then the DNS sends this google.com back to the browser. The browser then requests data on that IP address to the Google server. The Google server accepts this request and sends the data back to the browser. The browser renders the final HTML page and shows us the output. Let's move to the chapter 2. Installing the Sublime environment. First step is downloading, then you have to installing. Sublime is most popular text editor among the web developers. As you can see, Sublime, go to sublimetext.com, press download for Mac. Then it will start downloading. It's about 15 to 20 MBs. I mean, if you are using Windows, you will be getting download for Windows. Just press that, you will be able to download it. Then after downloading, install it. We'll move to step 2, installing. Double click the downloaded file, accept all terms, keep on pressing next until we reach the end of installation. The installation process might vary slightly according to the platform. And most importantly, even if you are unable to install Sublime, don't worry. You can proceed with Notepad. Due to some reasons, if you are unable to install Sublime, then you can proceed with Notepad. It does the same function, but it's not that good. It's not that great. So the shortcut is press Windows plus R and type Notepad and hit enter. Your Notepad will be available. The reason why I prefer Sublime is because of code readability. At times, we will be working on large project with more than 1000 to 2000 lines of code. At that time, the code readability is a great factor. If you are unable to understand or comprehend the web code in a proper sense, it will take a lot of time to make any changes required. Moreover, the maintenance will be a tough job if you are not using a proper text editor. Now we will be moving to the chapter 3, building your first web page. Brushing up the concepts, we know that the HTML document begins with the HTML tag and ends with the HTML tag. Begins with the HTML tag and ends with the HTML tag. The visible part of the HTML document is between body and the closing body. So our first project is Hello World project. Now let's develop. Our first project is Hello World web page. Now let's develop the Hello World problem. We know that the web page starts with the HTML tag and the web page ends with the HTML tag. So we have done that. The web page starts with the HTML tag and ends with the HTML tag. And finally, for step 2, we know that the visible part of the HTML document is between the body tag. So body, the visible part to the end users will be within this section only. If we type anything here, it will be visible to the end users. But if you type something here, it won't be visible to the end user. So you should ensure that you are entering the information within the body tag only. So our first project is Hello World project. So we are printing Hello World and go to File, click Save As. I am saving it in desktop. File name, let it be hello, and press dot .html as format. You should ensure that .html format is there. If it's not if the file format is not .html, then you won't be able to see the output in the web browser. The web browser won't be accepting that file format. So you should be very careful while doing this. .html should be there. .html .html HTML. .html should be there. Okay, so we'll save it. So saving is done. In that, this is the hello.html. So we'll be opening it in the browser. We'll be taking, and we can drag and drop it, and we got our first web page, the hello world web page. Congrats, and you are a web developer now. So you have started successfully, and hello world web page is done. Now let us move to our second task, the HTML document itself. So let's brush up the concepts. The HTML document begins with the open HTML tag and ends with the close HTML tag. The visible part of the HTML document is between the body and the closing body. There I want to print the full address. Okay. I want to print the full address. Okay. So let me print my hostel address. All-time favorite, K-block 428 EIT Vellore, Tamil Nadu. So if we keep inside the body tag, it will be visible to the end user. So we are keeping it within the body section, and we'll save it, and we'll refresh and see how it looks. Okay, we got the output, but have you noticed that in this body tag, have you noticed that Davis Benny in one line, K block 428 in one line, V80 Vellore, all are in different lines, but in the output section we got everything in single line. Most importantly, you have to understand that HTML do not recognize as the white spaces. Sample white spaces are, if you keep this much space in between also, HTML won't be able to recognize it. If you keep 5 lines in between also, it won't be able to recognize. Say, let's save this and reload. There is no change in the output. So in case if you want to print the things in new line, then you have to learn a new tag, BR. BR represents break. Break that line. Break. Here also I want to break. New line. Break. BR. Very important tag. BR. It is very useful. Note it down. BR means break, and you will get a new line. Output a new line. See, we got the output in new line. We will be seeing one more tag in this section, and we will be closing up for the first section. So in case I want to make that Davis Benny bigger, I mean my name should be a bit bigger than the rest of the address, I need to learn a new tag for that. The new tag for that is header tag. Header tag will make the text bigger, bold, larger font. So h1 slash h1. So if you check this now, the output will be this. The name will be bigger, and the rest will be as usual. The header tag is available in a lot of varieties. It's available from h2 It's available as H2 and it's available till H6, which is the smallest. So to sum up, we know that the HTML document begins with the HTML tag and ends with the HTML tag. The visible part of the web page is between the body tag, and BR tag is used to break the line. I mean, if you want to print in a new line, you need to use the BR tag. H6, H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6 header tags are used to represent the header. I mean the banner or the header things. For header things. The H tags are used to represent the header items. The variants available in headers are H1 to H1 to H1 to H6. Thank you and have a great day. Bye till the next chapter. Leave your suggestions as comments. Thank you for your valuable time. As always, push your limits. Learn more, watch more videos. And one more thing, just go to this link and watch how the DNS works. I think my explanation for DNS was not that good enough. So just go to this link and watch how the DNS works. It will give you a greater insight into how the internet works. Thank you. As always, have a great day. Bye till next session.